Dell with Dell's Lawn Care. Today we're going to be using the walk behind. I haven't used it in a month. Um, just going to do a neighbor's lawn. Show you how to use it. Not really, but kind of how to use it. The right pulls you to the right. The left lever pulls you to the left. The safeties are strapped down. Go around the tree. This machine is 8 years old. It works great. Um, Anyone starting a business, I like the walk behinds because I think they do a better job. Floating deck is better. Um, I like my Kawasaki engines. The Kohler does work just fine. No trouble for 8 years, so I have nothing bad to say about them. When you're pull starting, I think the Kawasaki's pull start a little easier. But enough about that. This machine, I won't say that it never does the best job. It does clump up if it's wet. I have the button, which it doesn't seem to clump up at all. Um, so but for dry grass, I use the Exmark medium lift blades. They're the same. When mulching, I use the Gator blades that they say are for the Exmark as well. I think they're 5/8 hole, 16 and a quarter inches. Basic blade. Everybody has them. You can get them for $9.99. If you order online and you get like 10 of them, I want to say I paid $8.99 when I ordered 10 at a time, which is a box. You do have one left over. You can buy one at $10, and then that way you'll have, or two, excuse me, you'll have 4 sets instead of 3 sets. I have the one left over. Did my math wrong in my head. Uh, I think it's a great value just to order a whole case because you save, and I just kept the extra one. And I ended up hitting a stick on the left side, so it kind of divoted it. So I threw the one blade away, grabbed the oddball one that I had, and worked just fine. So it was worth the box for the price anyway. If you're going to keep your mower for a while, you probably don't want 10 blades if you're going to keep your mower for 1 or 2 years. I've heard people say replace your equipment. This mower, 8 years for the price, I think it still cuts great, and I don't recommend anyone buy a mower and get rid of it in 2 years. I mean, it's paid off at that point. You've made your money. Now it's time for the profit. So that's my outlook on it. You can see I do the ditch here because it goes down a little bit, and I want it to cut nice and look good when done. So I'll go down this a couple times. The first 2 or 3 passes. Um, you can see it works pretty flawless. The hydros on the more expensive mowers, I do not find them to be any easier to use. I've used Bobcat, I've used Exmark, Button. The only mower that I think for me, I can't use the hydros on this for long. I do one grass today, as you see, but I have a broken finger. It doesn't work well, so I just don't use it. The V-Ride, Skaggs V-Ride, it's a lot easier to use and a lot more compact. The sulky I have, you have to go down and up. It's a little pain where V-Ride is up. I know Exmark has their brand, but I don't buy Exmark mowers. That's my personal preference. I don't know about any other companies, but the V-Ride is very easy to use if you have arthritis or whatever. Nice mower. The Hydro, if you can though, I prefer the riders. Get accounts that you can ride. Sooner or later, you're going to get hand problems. I swore by doing the walk behind. I've done it for 8 years. And last year I switched to the rider. I like the walk behinds and the quality. Um, People will argue with that, but it is production versus money. I have 107 customers, so the walk behind is kind of obsolete. You can't really do that many by yourself with a walk behind. They're just too slow. Someone might argue with that as well. But a rider, you can do more. It's less stress on your body. Um, it's a lot easier while you go weed whack and then you sit on the mower, you get a break, and then you blow it off, go to your next account. The break in between kind of helps you out so that you can do those 12 and 14-hour days, sometimes 16-hour days, to get the accounts done. When you're pulling these hydros, it's really rough on your hands, and that's where my issue come in. But whatever you can afford and whatever you feel is best for your situation. If it was just for my house and I had to pick one more, I'd definitely pick a rider. Um, just because it works so fast, um, and you don't have to worry about it. The tune-ups on them are pretty easy. If I had a small lot like I'm doing right now, I would hands down keep this red mower and mow it for the rest of my life. For small lots they're great. It's just if you got old, you could still do one yard if you want to do like the front yard and the backyard. You could still do that if you had hand problems. The neighbor come out because he was like, "Well, what's the problem?" And he has arthritis severely, and he used it and he thought it was pretty cool. But after he was done doing his yard, he did say that his hands hurt. So again, it's all what you want, what you prefer. But starting out a business is not a bad mower. Don't let anybody talk you into buying a $8,500 walk behind to start a business. I mean, if you already know you have 30 or 50 customers, sure, go ahead and spend the $8,500. But if you're new to the business and you're not sure, I don't recommend putting yourself out of business before you start. Because what if it doesn't work out? You got that mower payment. If you have cash, sweet, then that's great. You don't have a mower payment, but a lot of people get these loans, and you want to be able to pay for them. And if you buy an $8,500 mower, in my eyes, when I started out, I bought this red mower. I bought another button mower, and I got two mowers, two backpack blowers, two weed whackers, an edger, and I was out the door for like $7,800, and I had two of everything. So and then the trailer, that was a different story. I paid $3,100 for my first enclosed trailer. So there's fees to start a business, and whatever you think works for you works for you. But for me, I had two walk behinds and two of everything. So if one broke, but if you read it, watched, any of my videos, you'll see I've had all this equipment like 10 years. That's why I don't recommend like every 2 years get a new piece of equipment. Change the filter, the spark plug, fuel filter. You shouldn't have those issues. I don't just throw my weed whackers in the truck either. I never did that from day one. I had racks. I built my first racks. They work fine. Rubber clamps work great. I think it works just fine. But you guys can look at this video and comment if you want how the yard looks and what you think for a walk behind, or a hydro drive. One thing I definitely would stay away from is a belt drive. If you had a really huge lawn and you got like a 60-inch walk behind with a sulky on it, belt drive, sure. But all these turns where I'm going back and forth, you could not do with a belt drive. A 36-inch, I had the Cub Cadet. I'll do a review on that and show you how hard it is to pull that belt drive. I don't even use that thing. It just sits there. My brother has that 99% of the time. He uses it. However, with my shoulder and my hand, I just can't use it. I don't recommend stuff like that. You're wasting your money, and then it just sits there, you don't want to buy a mower for $2,000 or $3,000 for the ones I'm talking about. If you're talking like a Skag or an X-Mark belt drive, they're about $5,500 to find out that your shoulder hurts, your hand hurts, you can't back it up. That mower was a waste of money and just sitting in the garage collecting dust, where you could have spent the $5,000 and got a entry-level rider, or a hydro rider, I want to say it's around 6,500 bucks you can get a walk behind, but that kind of brings us back to what works for you and what you want. Um, you guys have to comment and tell me what you think about this mower here for 8 years old and still running. The audio in the program, how do I sound? If there's any input with that, go ahead and leave a comment and tell me if you like it or you don't like it. We're going to make some music and put in some of the upcoming videos. I don't have any music. YouTube shut some down that I had put some songs in for copyright issues, but whatever. I'll make something at home, get the drum set out, make something, possibly get the good guitar out and make a little video and make some noise in the background as I kind of talk about what I do. Any reviews that you guys want to see? Equipment. What equipment I've used in the last 8 years. Anything you want to know, please just ask. I don't mind doing videos. It's kind of fun, especially if I can get the kids involved in that. You can see one thing that the walk behind does that I have not found, even with the Tiger Cat, is like your subcompact model. You cannot get up to trees with a rider. That is one great feature about the walk behind mower. You can get right up to a tree, a deck, even sometimes you can skip weed whacking for a week, go around a pole. I mean, you can ride the pole right in a circle. With the rider, I found that I left some divots in my own yard trying to do a circle around the pole. That I had done with this walk behind, and it's just not the same. Um, Maybe it's just me. Maybe you guys have a trick to it, but been doing this for 13 years total, 8 years by myself, and I haven't found a way to do it. But that's just me. I don't want to say there isn't a way, and then someone say, "Hey, you can do this, idiot." But check out the flowers here. I kind of like coming in this yard as well. He's got some flowers in the front, flowers in the back, instead of my house where I have nothing. I'll have to do a video. I have some bigger yards, just time consuming to do these. Another house up here in Metamora, I only mow that like once a month. I love using the Skag on that. Mow it once a month. The grass is like a foot tall and it just eats through it. Maybe do a video on brush hogging the yard once a month on the house up in Metamora. Open the gate. He just did this last week. We had to wait. This week he did a little bungee gate. We bagged it last week. You can see here in Michigan the leaves are already falling. I'm going to be doing a review. I bought that bagger enhancement kit for that Toro we were talking about. If you guys were actually watching my videos, I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. Stay tuned to the bagger enhancement kit on the Toro. If you've never used a walk behind or you want to use one, it is a lot easier as well on these not to leave divot marks versus a rider, because you're going a lot faster on a rider, you're not paying attention. You can leave divot marks a lot easier. With these it's kind of hard. I didn't even do 3-point turns this whole yard and I didn't leave a divot mark that I had seen anyway. You can see right here I just turned. I didn't even mess with it. I didn't see a divot mark. All the leaves on the ground, they're just falling here in Michigan pretty fast. I've got a couple accounts that the trees are just dead. I kind of think that has to do with stacking the mulch 2 feet tall at the base, but I'm not really a landscaper to make that statement, but they seem to be fine before the mulch was put 2 feet tall to the trunk. Rocks in the yard, those are always great. You guys see those rocks and that wood that was along the gate to keep the dogs out. That's where that grass is dead. I kind of like it though. I don't have to weed whack it over there where he put those. Let the dogs dig so we can put them back, so I don't got to weed whack it for another year. tree trunk needs to get the chainsaw and just cut that right out of there. And then those logs, where he got them from was right around here, along the edge here. Just for the viewers or wondering, giving the info about the yard, I did ask the neighbor about talking about his yard. He said he didn't care. He actually wanted to be in the video, but he's not home. He wanted to talk about how he was happy with his lawn service. That's why you don't see some of the bigger yards, because I do ask before I do a video, and I have like the doctor and the lawyer, a renter. They all just said they really didn't want me to do videos in their yard, so I respect that. It's their yard, and I really don't want to lose a customer over a video. It's fun doing the videos, but I have more fun doing the videos when the kids are in them, and I don't want to lose one customer over a stupid video on YouTube. I ain't making no money doing this, just hopefully helping somebody out, maybe. Or another thing I did with this mower is, it was leaving some stringy grass behind, so I switched to the high lift blades. Not today, because this is just cutting fine with the medium lifts, but I put the high lifts on it when it was real dry out last month, and it didn't leave any strings up. Seemed to pull them up real good and cut them, and I didn't have to double cut the weeds. Dandelions, I like to use the high lift blades. It cuts them a lot better, and when you're striping, it pulls all the grass to the top, where the medium lifts don't create that suction underneath the deck as much as a high lift. They say you need a big engine and that, but I don't know. The Kohler 18 does just fine with 3 high lift blades. Cuts good. I noticed it was louder, and when I did put it in gear, it seemed like it jerked a little more, but I didn't notice anything. I didn't notice an increase in the gas on this in particular mower. The Skag, I noticed, it seems, because that's all I use on that, it seems like it just sucks the gas right through. That engine on that Skag really sucks the gas. This mower here it could be another thing. A tank of gas here, you could mow like 30 lawns. With the Skag, I get to like lawn 15, and I'm putting another 7 gallons in it. This mower's a gas saver. I don't know if that has anything to do with a walk behind, or if a Kohler versus a Kawasaki. I don't know the specs on that, so I'm not making any comments. I just noticed a huge difference when I do the Skag with the high lift and the Kohler Pro 18. It's a smaller engine. That could just be the fact too. This is a 18 horse here we're using, and the Skag is a 22 horse FX, I believe. Don't quote me on that. It's a new mower, but I'm pretty sure that's what's on it. This mower has the 10cc pumps. When you're going up high hills, I did notice it lags. It comes pretty close to stopping. Generally, I throw the sulky up and just walk back up the hill. I don't know if it's the 10cc pumps or the engine. I really don't know the facts on that. I don't design these mowers. I don't repair these mowers. I just maintenance them and use those mowers. I'm not even sure what's on the button mower, if they're 10cc pumps. I was like a 1985 model, I believe. I go up and down hills with that, no problem. So it could just be the pumps, could be the engine, but that has a Kawasaki 14 horse engine on it, so it's kind of hard to say without knowing my facts, and I don't want to give the wrong information. Just I noticed different things with different mowers. Nice branch there. Should have just ran it over, but might have went through a window. Haven't sharpened these blades since last year, so they're still doing good. I always sharpen my blades every week, but this mower I don't even use, so sharpen them once a year. Pull them off, see what they look like before I sell it. That might have been part of the tune-up. Maybe that is why it's cutting good. They might have went ahead and sharpened the blades while they had it. Who knows? I didn't look at it. I just started it for this video. You can see the leaves again, not bad. The grass, we had talked about Natural Way. I do want to state that Natural Way does not fertilize the back. Um, it's Nothing has been done in the back. I sprayed Spectricide in the backyard. The neighbor had bought some, so I just hooked it to the hose and sprayed it for the weeds for him. He asked me to, and there's not, I think I've seen like two weeds in the backyard. There's no weeds in the front, but you can see it's kind of thinner in the back. I don't know if that has anything to do with the trees and the dogs, and I only mow the back every 10 days instead of every 5 to 7 days. Anyways, enough for me, guys. Try to get some music so you don't have to listen to me talk about my mowers. Gives you input there, I guess. Maybe the music is better where you see me using equipment or two. I appreciate all my viewers. If you did subscribe, I notice there's subscribers that I don't see. Please let me know. I'll subscribe to your page. I support my viewers. I thank everyone that does watch. If you don't like the video, only thing I can say is don't watch it. If you'd like to see something in a video, just ask me. I'll do it within reason. You gotta keep that in mind. But I do appreciate everyone's likes, their views, comments, and any questions about the equipment I use. I'll reply with the best answer that I can give from my experience. I have not used every mower out there, but I'll try to help the best that I can. Thanks for watching with Dell's Lawn Care. You have a great day.